Alright guys, today we're going to be talking tire shine and how to apply it. Now this is a very nice smooth tire. Some tires aren't this, like the face of the tire usually isn't that nice and smooth, but I'm going to tell you two different products that you could use. One tool that's going to get it, it's going to knock it out of the park. It's going to get home run quality every time, I guess. And if you want a little simple hack for tire shines or making your car look cleaner, all you have to do is clean the rims and dress the tires. So say you just wash your car, but it's pollen season, and so there's pollen all over your car, and you're going on a date or you just go into an appointment if you're a mobile detailer and you just want your car to look good real quick, just clean your rims and dress your tires. Everyone will think, some people add windows to that. To me, that's too much work. I'll just clean the rims, dress the tires. I usually do that on a daily basis, just kind of touch everything up. That way my car's looking fresh all the time. But this is a really simple way to dress your tires. So first, gloves, and I'll have all the links to the products that I talk about below. First, I really like these gloves because dealing with the rims and tires, I'll usually clean the rims and dress the tires all in one swoop, and it's a lot cleaner to be wearing gloves. So products that I use, pretty much my go-to usually is going to be the Meguiar's Hyper Dressing. It comes in a liquid, it's more liquid, so you can spray it on. What I like about the Hyper Dressing is it can be diluted down a ton, and it has multiple purposes. So you can use it on your trim, on your bumpers, on any plastic, on any vinyls, dilute it down even more depending on how shiny or not shiny you like it, and you could use it on the interior. So one product can do quite a bit. However, I'm actually out of it because I use it so much, so I won't be using the Hyper Dressing today. Because one application technique, I got a little bit left in here, would be to just spray it directly on the tire. So you could spray it directly on the tire, then you could follow up with your brush and kind of work it in. That would be one application method with the Hyper Dressing. That's how I like to do it if I'm doing like fleet cars or a lot of cars at a time. I'll spray because it's faster. Sure, you waste a little bit more product, but spraying it is a lot faster than going in for the second method that I'm going to show you how to do, that I do on all my details and stuff like that. So the second method, I get this from a local supplier, Coats. I'll post it or put it in the description below, but there's a lot of other similar companies that put out a thicker consistency product, which is what this is. This is not a sprayable. You can dilute it down similar to the Hyper Dressing, but it's not the same. What I like about this is it gives a lot of high gloss, but I'll show you a way that you can bring down that gloss. Normally, if you have a lot of high gloss, you're going to have a high sling, but that's heavily dependent on the tire and the tread pattern of the tire. So I like this brush. It does get kind of junked up and gross on the inside, but or deep down because it soaks in. But I've just found for like thicker tires, like BF Goodrich, or tires that have a lot of design on the front of the tire, it's a lot easier to get in there with this brush, smooth it out, and do that. With these tires, this is very simple, very straightforward. You could use a multitude of applicators. I just happen to like this one the best. Also, because if you're not wearing gloves, it's got a nice handle. It keeps your hands somewhat clean versus an applicator. So yeah, so what I'll do, take this. Again, this is not a consistency that you can spray, so I'll put about yay. Again, depending on your preference for how much shine you like on your tires. I prefer kind of a lot. And what I like to do is start at the bottom, and I'll do like half, and I'll just kind of let it down there, and then I go up to the top, and I'm slowly working it in to the tire, and then I'm catching it back. And what I like to do sometimes if I'm working mobily is put the wheel actually a little bit more forward to where it's at between this black and this white part, because it'll catch a lip, and then you can ensure that you get underneath. But that's also what I like about this brush, is these bristles can reach underneath the bottom side of the tire, so that you're ensuring full coverage, so that when your customer drives off, their tire doesn't look all lopsided because you put the dressing on wrong. So again, and then I'll just work it in. That's why I like this brush. Again, ensuring that I'm getting right on that underside of the tire. That's what I like about this brush instead of a foam applicator. So say there was a lot of design to the face of this tire, what you can just do is work the product into those grooves, spaces, and then, you know, work around. So one additional step, I would leave it like this, let the car dry before you take off. If you put the tire dressing on just like this and then take off right away, that's when you're gonna get a ton of sling. So I like to apply the dressing like this and then let it dry for a little bit, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. I'll usually do that before I do the final wipe down or before I wax the car or whatever. I'll make sure to put the tire dressing on knowing that I want it to bake in a little bit, to set in a little bit. But one additional step that you could do, I'll have to go get a towel for it. One additional step that you could do is just take one of your really cheap microfibers, because it's going to get wrecked. Again, another reason why I like to wear the towel is because if you're touching the inside of the fender, not trying to touch the paint, or you end up touching the rim or tire, your hands are going to get a mess. So, say you put the tire dressing on, you want to drive right away. You could take a just crappy, these are what the Costco microfiber towels are great for. And you can just wipe down the excess dressing. And you're kind of still rubbing it in even a little bit, but that is gonna bring down the shine a little bit, give it more of a satin, and you're really gonna not see as much sling when you do that. So that if you aren't a fan of high gloss, you want more of a matte factory just black finish, that's what I would recommend, is doing that additional wipe down afterwards, after you apply it. But you don't see this brush used too much. I actually really like it. It does need to be cleaned out every once in a while. I'll post it below. I'll post the link to the, kind of my backup tire dressing, post a link to my favorite hyper dressing because of the various uses of it. You could really, it becomes really affordable. Obviously the Costco microfiber towels. And that's how you're going to apply tire shine. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you thought in the comments below.